How's it going, fellow traders? Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for the data that was collected on September 8th, 2020. Here's a brief snapshot of the positions held by the institutions as of that date. And so let's start by having a look at gold. What do we see with gold here? Well, let's take a good look. What I can see is that institutions have been increasing their long positions over the last few weeks. We saw initially some major profit taking place from these highs, which caused price to drop. And now if we take a look at short positions, they are pretty much getting, a little bit more aggressive since early June and July. But nothing to really point out right now. If we take a look at the coloration of the cells here, they are somewhat neutral, which is important to see, okay? Because if we take a look at the coloration of the cells here, they were extremely bullish, which was the increase in price back here. And since then, they've become a little bit more neutral. All right. When the sentiment is neutral, we typically don't want to take any trades. All right. So based on this information, it's more likely than not price is going to drop. Okay. Now let's go over to oil. What do we see with oil? Oil contacted supply. And let's take a look now here at what we're seeing. Okay, last 3 weeks they're closing long positions. So they closed long positions for profits right here. They've been accumulating long positions all throughout here, and now they're taking profits at those highs. Price drops, and as that took place, they were also increasing their short positions. Now we called this move to the downside from the supply, and we are expecting more upside. So this move downwards is temporary. I think there's going to be a bigger move to the upside based on the market dynamics. Okay, so we'll see if the positions will reflect that in the coming weeks. Now we have the dollar. The dollar is stalling, which is what we were expecting. And as that's taking place, look at long positions, completely cooled off. Nothing to see here, okay? And shorts were aggressive, now they've cooled off. Why is that? Well, I can only speculate at this point, but we believe it's because price is going to be rallying up in the coming weeks, if not months. Okay, yes, there is a bearish bias. Take a look at this. Okay, look at the bullishness here, and look what it's turned into over the last many weeks. Okay, and you look at the coloration here. It went from bullish to neutral and now into bearish territory. Okay, but when you look at the figures here, their max shorts are 43. We're only at 19. There's a lot more that could be added here. Okay, basically you look at this, what do you see? Longs are very cooled off. There's no focus on longs. Okay, so any retracement up will be short-lived, and then we're going to see a continuation lower. That's what everything is pointing in the direction of. Aussie, we see longs are a little bit more aggressive than they have been recently, and shorts have continued to be somewhat aggressive over the last few weeks. Coloration of the cells, somewhat bearish, somewhat neutral, not showing us a lot. And take a look here, okay? Net positions minus 2,000. This isn't much. This is not a good time to trade this pair. That's what this data is telling us. It's not a good time to trade this pair. Could it go higher? Yes, it could. Could it also reverse and head lower? Yes, it could. So, because those options are there, I'd rather not even trade this pair. Now we have the US CAD. And longs are somewhat aggressive, but they haven't been doing much. And the shorts have started to build. Okay, 19,000, 17, 19, 21, 26, 29, starting to get aggressive here, right? We were bullish, have been bullish for quite some time, but you look at these numbers, they're starting to reduce. I think we are about to get ready for a plunge in price. Okay, I think that's what's going to be taking place here, because you look at the data, you look at what's happening with the dollar, this one looks set to collapse. And this might be the early stages here of them accumulating their short position. US Swiss franc, what do we see here? Cooled off. Longs are very cooled off. Shorts, aggressive. Bearish sentiment. That means we can safely expect more downside. Could there be a rally up before a drop? Yes, there could be. So we're watching for that as well. But over time, I think we are going to be seeing a drop. Okay, euro. A lot of people want to know about the euro. Euro recently reached maximum long positions. When they reach maximum long positions, it doesn't happen every single time. There are exceptions, but over the vast majority of times, what will happen is price will drop down. Okay, profit taking on long positions will fuel a move to the downside. So I do believe that we're going to see it dip down like this. Shorts are very cooled off over the last few weeks. Look at this. Sentiment very bullish. You can't be buying when it's extremely bullish like this. We want sentiment to be building up in bullishness when we are getting in long. Once it's extremely long, you don't want to be getting in, okay? Like these positions here. So waiting for a pullback before we can entertain the idea of going long would be a good idea. Pound, somewhat aggressive. Shorts cooled off. Starting to become bullish. Look at this. This is good. Bearish, starting to become bullish. This is good. This pullback was nice and healthy, but I think over time we're going to be seeing a rally form here, and this could be very much the beginning phase of that. US dollar, Japanese yen, very cooled off long positions. Somewhat aggressive shorts, and obviously sentiment is bearish. But we got a lot of this that's been taking place. Okay, so we need to break out of all this stuff before there's going to be new trade setups. And Kiwi, somewhat aggressive with longs, aggressive with shorts, neutral sentiment, somewhat bullish. Okay, well, we just finished climbing all this way. What's going to happen now? This is very similar to the Aussie. I wouldn't want to take it long or short. It could do just about anything. It can continue higher, it could drop. So because there's nothing clear in terms of the data, I'd rather just stay away from this one. Alright, ladies and gents, that's your CFTC report for September 8, 2020. Thanks and have a great week.